What's going on? This is the Broke Genius, and welcome to the life of a broke genius. Welcome to my channel.
What's going on? Happy holidays for those that celebrate holidays. No hate, but I really don't. I don't really celebrate any holidays. Um, I'll participate if somebody asks me to, for the most part, but I don't really celebrate any holidays. But that ain't what I'm talking about today. Today is Kaizen Talk, self improvement talk. Okay, so basically, Kaizen is short for basically doing good, doing better. So every day, basically, if you are practicing Kaizen, which is a Japanese philosophy, it is continuous daily self-improvement. Whatever you did yesterday, you basically self-improve the next day. So I'm going to pause for a little bit, do a sound check. I'll be right back. All right, I'm good as gold. Um, basically, to talk about a few things today. I'm gonna be talking about a couple topics. So, in my life, um, I got this house that basically is over 100 years old. It was built around the time, little before the Gary Steel Works was put in. So this house probably was owned by or built by somebody that was probably like maybe come from a family of someone that settled in Gary, Indiana, if it was even called that back then. I don't I think it was. I think that Gary goes back to the 1800s. A lot of the a lot of the cities and just states in the United States go back to the 1800s, because pretty much in the Midwest as well as the East, they were at war with the Indians. The early American settlers were at war with the Indians. So they built forts. They basically uh, you know fought off the Indians and took their land, and then they settled, basically wherever they landed. So Indiana was no different. So basically, that's why a lot of different towns, if you notice, they'll say founded or settled or whatever in the 1800s. You know, kind of right around the time of the Trail of Tears. Basically, if you read history, you know what the Trail of Tears was. Uh, so yeah, I've been working on this house, man, and you know, I've in my last video I talked about the 7 steps of house rehabbing. It kind of maybe it kind of what's good about the 7 steps is it condenses everything to the 2 steps, and it simplifies uh the process. Because a lot of times, if you follow what is called the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. If you simplify things, it makes it a lot easier. And one of the things about the 7 step rehab plan, you can use that and actually take that and become a real estate investor, rehabber overnight, because you could basically use that blueprint as a template to not be intimidated with housing rehabs and just basically rinse and repeat over and over again. Once you buy your first house, you're going to get an educational lesson. Then by the time you buy your second, rehab your second, you'll know more. And each house you get, you'll know more and more and more. And the goal is just kind of like Monopoly, where you basically buy a couple houses, couple green houses, and then you get a red hotel, which is apartment building. Or you can just buy a commercial building, buy an actual hotel, whatever you, however you want to play it. So the thing is that once you get past that, ultimately, you know, you get into custom homes, get into custom home building, then you get into mansions. Okay, you get into mansions. So one of the things about mansions, I talked about one of the NBA players, local NBA players, uh, that had a mansion in the Chicagoland area. He had a mansion in Flossmoor, Illinois. It was recently basically demolished, and he one of the things about basically that house that was difficult for that house in any mansion is one of the things about mansions. It's an advanced form of basically house rehabbing or building. Everything is basically custom. Once you get to the level where you're working on mansions, everything is pretty much custom. I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. So this is on my Al's Home Services page, right? So basically, this is an example of that. So this is a lady that she has a mansion, and she's getting basically stairwells. Okay, um, I think that's what these are called. But basically, these are all custom. This is something you can't get this at Home Depot, as far as I know. These are custom items a lot of times. Okay. Um, another example. Let me show another example. These are some of the upgrades I did around my house. Um, uh, I'll show another example of what I mean by a custom home. Okay, I'll show another example of what I mean by a custom home. Because basically, yeah, I mean, pretty much, this is extreme level. I'll show this. This is an extreme level of a custom home. This is like to the max. This is to the max of what I mean by this. So this is the epitome of a mansion. This is actually like an estate. It's not even a mansion. This is like a mega. This will be called a mega mansion. Okay. Everything you see here. Let me point this out to you. You know, everything you see here is custom. This ain't some shit you go to Home Depot and you pick up a replacement, some replacement material for. You have to get, actually, this is on this level, the architect that designed this, the plans, you would actually get those plans when you make a purchase on this house, whether it be cash purchase, whether it be a finance purchase, you'll get the architectural design of this house. And let me tell you something. I went to school for uh, basically construction, and one of the classes I took was architecture. And with architecture, the actual design and diagrams of the house, it the plans, it has the actual material list in those architectural designs. So, for example, from that material list, you would actually, let's say something goes out, go look at your architectural drawings and plans, you would have to order those materials from that architectural design. See, this is where that comes in. Every class I took, a lot of things that I went to school for, a lot of that stuff, a lot of times, this is the thing about you know self improvement or going from zero to a million to 10 million, whatever. If you get to that level, you'll be surprised. All of a sudden, you'll start pulling things that you've actually done, or if you've certain education that you've actually received. It'll make sense to you then. Like, for example, uh I'm already ready for this type of this thing if it ever came to me, in the future or whatever. I'm already ready for this. I'm already understanding about home building and architectural design, uh, because I pretty much prepared myself for future aspirations such as home building, you know, complex structures. Even my professor, he was wondering, why are you taking this class? You really not, you. It's kind of like almost I was just sitting in on the class. I was there so I could learn, so I could actually use this in the future. I had no plans to become no carpenter or get on some type of job site and become a construction worker. I've done that. I did that when I was 19. I was a construction laborer when I was 19. My plans was to learn, basically, so when I get to build a house, I know what I'm doing. I know what happens. I know how things work. That was why I did that, and also to get my Pell Grant money utilized. So, yeah, this is a mega mansion right here. So with this mega mansion, everything you see on this picture, everything, I mean, almost, I would say probably 95% of what you see, you cannot just go to Home Depot, Lowe's, or Menards and get. Like, I will say this: all of those different stores or actual companies, corporations, they have unique items that others don't have, but yeah, you just can't go there and just pick up stuff. One of the things about Menards, what Menards has, it has I don't know if they have them all across the United States. I actually worked in Menards when I was in high school, but one thing about Menards, they have wood stoves and fireplaces that you can go inside their stores. You can order one. It'll be there in 5 to 10 days. And then they actually have fireplace and wood stove equipment that you could purchase, that basically you can use to build your wood stove out. You need to build a chimney and stuff like that. Like, I have an intact wood stove chimney. I had a wood stove that I used, but I sold it. You can't get that at Lowe's or Home Depot. You can only get that equipment, like, to take home with you in store at Menards. So yeah, each of those stores have different stuff. But like, most of these items in this basically material that you see, this from these structures, you can't just go to Menards and pick this stuff up. You can't go to your local hardware store and get these materials. Basically, all of this is surrounded by mega mansions. Now, here's the thing about this lifestyle. This is ridiculous. Yeah, they have a golf course. They have a outdoor basketball court, a pool. This is designed to basically, you could just get lost in your own estate. You don't even have to. Um, you could probably stay in this mansion for, let's just say, months, if not a year, and not have to go anywhere because it has everything right there that you possibly need for entertainment, for you know basically R&R. You don't have to go anywhere other than just to get food, and you probably could just get that shipped to you or delivered to you. And it's like, basically, this is what this is designed for. Like, secluded, just get lost in your own estate. You know what I'm saying? This is the life of basically wealth. This is what I mean by, when you get to a certain level, you have to kind of look at things like, you have to separate yourself, because everybody ain't gonna be on your level. And it might be sad, but it just is what it is a lot of times. I mean, like, you just see all of this stuff, damn near everything you see except probably the furniture is all custom. You see this molding, all this crown molding and whatnot is all custom. It's not something you could just go to Home Depot and get and cash, take with you. This is a lot of this stuff is custom. You pretty much, you could probably get the furniture, but you see all of this type of all of the shelving. This is custom carpentry. Okay, custom woodwork. All of this woodwork alone is probably worth, like, what you're seeing in this picture is like probably $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, just the woodwork alone in this room. Like, a lot of times people don't really understand. Okay, you got carpentry, and a certain level of carpentry is woodwork. Woodwork can get really, really, really expensive. Just like masonry, brickwork. When you know how to make wood like this, and you know how to make these cuts and these designs and stuff like that, you can you could charge, you almost, to a certain degree, you're an artist at that point. You're like an artist. You can make custom designs and stuff like this. You can charge whatever you want. You could be on a level of, like, being a almost like a lawyer or a doctor, because your hands and your insight and knowledge can make something like this happen. And this is not something, like I say, you can go buy and pick up at the store. This is handcrafted woodwork. This probably is woodwork, looks like from the 1950s or 60s or something like that. This is old woodwork. It stands the test of time. You could look at houses from the 1700s, 1800s. This woodwork is the same type of similar woodwork. It's still in existence. It's still custom woodwork that was designed from the early 1900s to even late 1800s, or even early 1800s. Even in Europe, it gets even worse. Some of the woodwork is from the 1500s, 1600s, 1400s. I mean, this shit is deep, man. So like I say, I mean, another reason why I'm trying to show you this is whatever your current, life, your, regular life is, it's a life that is way beyond regular. That you need to really see. You need to see beyond seeing broads and hearing people talk about relationships and shit like that. When you get to this level, it's like um I'm not gonna say relationships don't matter, but I just say like this. I mean, I don't know, man. I just say this, man. It might be it might be a little bit more different for as far as a woman wanting to leave. Let's just say you had a house like this and your wife could not take this. You It's ironclad. You got a prenup. You got a will or something like that. Um, she might not want to leave. I'm just saying. I could just stay in. I could just talk about this room alone. She might not want to leave. When you got this your little study. This is a study. When she come meet you in the study, you sitting at your chair smoking your cigar like the boss you are, like the man you are, and you exemplify authority. Okay, you got the little Gucci scarf right here, or Gucci throw, or whatever the hell. Um, I don't know. She might not be able to replace you at that point. But I'm not gonna show any more of this. It's already just too ridiculous. Um, it's getting too ridiculous. So anyway, uh, I say all that to say that I might not be wealthy, I might not be rich, but I understand a lot and I know a lot, and I'm trying to show you that just because you might not be rich yet, you might just have a regular job and be a regular life, doesn't mean that you can't transition to a scale. You can't scale up and transition to a higher lifestyle. You know, it's just you could almost say research. Like for example, let's say let's say you're a basketball player. You're in the eighth grade. A lot of basketball players that are really good. Grammar school, you can get ranked in the country even in grammar school, right? Well, you're gonna study NBA players if you really serious. By the time you in the seventh and eighth grade, you studying NBA players, you studying college players, you studying NBA legends, you studying college legends, even high school legends if you're really serious about it. And what you're doing is you're researching a higher level than what you're currently at. That's basically what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. I might not be I might not have $10 million in the bank or $100 million or even $1 million in the bank, but I'm constantly researching for those that have achieved those levels. Now it is some frauds. It is people that say they're a millionaire, but they can't pay a credit card bill or whatever the hell. They can't pay a mortgage, whatever the case may be. But people that are bona fide millionaires and successful entrepreneurs or businessmen or whatever the case may be, I'm constantly researching. I'm constantly, you know, trying to figure out a way to get to that certain level. Now, if you've been following me for a period of years, uh, or even longer, you realize that I do some dumb shit, right? I do some dumb shit, right? You even seen me. You've actually seen me miss out on opportunities to actually make, if not a million, $100,000, or even more. Probably I would even say a million. I'll point out some opportunities, some missed opportunities that I had, okay, that you've seen in real time. You seen me miss out on AMC, but I told you about it. I'm almost like the person that will tell you before it even happened. And then you can take your money and make a whole bunch of money. Now here's the deal. Some people are like scabs, or they're just like, vultures. They'll take what you say, make a whole bunch of money, and they don't even acknowledge that you made a whole bunch of money. They don't acknowledge that you helped them make some money. Ain't no blessings in that. Yeah, you can make some money out. You ain't gotta tell me nothing. It's all good. I listen to people, and then basically they help me do something. I take it and run with it. That's why what my channel is about. Ain't no shame in it. It's cool. If you at least did that, I didn't help somebody make some money. Good. That's what my channel was here for. I'm here to help people make some more money, self improve. So have you. Now, I will respect and honor a guy by the name, or if it's, I don't know if it's a woman or a man, Yacht PJs, one of my ex Patreon subs. He showed me, or he told me that, you know thanks, bro, genius. That play you said about this stock, man, I took it and I ran with it, and I made a whole bunch of money. And that's what I'm talking about, because, like, I called out AMC. Um, one of my subs, Iori 666, he is a witness to what I said before AMC blew up. He said basically, he was on that live when I was driving my old, you know, Dodge Ram Sanford and Son truck, because my Benz went out. He heard me on that live, me hearing me ranting and complaining and saying basically, no matter what, yeah, things are a struggle right now, but people are gonna, because this was around 2020, and I told him, I said, people, actually, this was, I think, early 2021. I said people are gonna go back to the movie theaters. They're gonna go back to the take Carnival cruise ships and travel and stuff like that. So no short than a day or two, AMC blew up. You know, I'm not gonna say I had $10,000 to throw in AMC. That's not the case. It's not like, I had a whole bunch of money that I could have just put in AMC. Now, had I known that it was gonna really, really blow up like that fast, and I could get in a time machine, of course, I would have made some moves to put in AMC. But the point is, if you were following me, I've already picked some good stocks and good opportunities for you to make some money, even if I didn't. Now, I will say this. When I did my video on patience and perseverance, I am learning from my mistakes. I am, like I say, self-improving. I am slowing down to try to follow my own advice and try to capitalize on future opportunities, as well as deal with the present time and try to make some changes and capitalize on some possible opportunities in the future. I am definitely trying to do short game moves to make my long game possible. Okay, I am doing that, and I fall short many times. And another missed opportunity is Dogecoin or Dogecoin. I mean, the little money I did make off of it, Then I donated a few. I still have to give some kids $40. I be forgetting a lot of times, but it's on my to-do list. But I basically missed the ball on that because I probably should have tried to just take a whole paycheck, sacrifice a whole paycheck, and just buy a whole bunch of Dodge coin and just stand on it. I didn't do that. I didn't do it. I was complaining about Dogecoin, and talking about Dogecoin back on my Robinhood series where I was basically in I call crypto hell because my account was really low and Dogecoin was below a penny, below a tenth of a penny. That was my opportunity right there, right? And I literally blew it. Forget the Robin Hood challenge. Take a damn paycheck or two. I had close to $10,000 at that time. I was saving a lot of money, and I had money before I bought my house. I could have just put it in Dogecoin and just shut the fuck up, sat down, and motherfucking just continued on with life. And I would have already most likely have, yeah, I would have been either a millionaire or close to it. I would have at least had a couple hundred grand, 300-400 grand, easy, because like I said, it was below a tenth of a penny. I was already trading it. I was already in a loop of it. It was like the Bitcoin too, but this time I was in on it, right? Then it went up to as high as 70 cents, and I didn't make that much off of it. But the thing is this: what I just told you, people probably thinking, "Oh, this dude ain't no genius. He's an idiot." Well, if I've already done things or traded things, or talked about things before that happened, that lets you know right then and there that I'm a fucking genius. If I've already showed you before something happened that it was gonna be a case where it was gonna go up, and I bought maybe the few shares that I had, or whatever the case may be, and I dabbled little small amounts of money in it. That's when you take your large money, because some people have different situations. They got different life, financial statuses and everything like that. Some people have 50 to 50,000, $40 to 50,000 in a 401k that they can pull from. They can pull 20 grand and make some moves. Well, the smartest people that follow me, that have money, well, they gonna make money a lot of times because I make some pretty wise decisions. I'm pretty good at analyzing stocks. I you know I would say that I could definitely be on Wall Street. I could definitely work for the Mercantile Exchange downtown. I'm pretty much can hack it. I remember interviewing for companies downtown. A lot of times, you know, it's a segregated type of situation. I mean, let's just face it. I'm not gonna go into that, but it's kind of, black men have a hard time getting jobs a lot of times. That it's fully noted. But the thing is that I know a little something more than what you might think. And if you look at the history of my videos and decipher it, you can see, okay, this is the reason why this dude has these many subs. I don't have a lot of subs, but I have more than a lot of people. It's definitely not easy to get the amount of subs that I have. It's not easy at all. And I really should have more, I think. But the thing is that this is something that I've proven time and time again of my genius of how I pick certain things, even if I don't capitalize on them. But here's the deal about that. Sometimes at the right time or the right moment, sun shines on the dog's ass one or two times or whatever, and I'm gonna give my time to shine or whatever. It's gonna be a moment where I'm gonna get in the zone and I'm gonna motherfucking knock it out the park. It's just a matter of time. It might take a while. It might be tomorrow. It might be next week. It might be next year. Who knows when it's gonna be? But when I do, I'm gonna hit it out the park. And I have no reason to believe that I won't, because I've already done it. Half of the battle was already done, because all of those are just a few picks that I've actually mentioned. You know, Soul Shader is another little young subscriber that's witnessed a lot of what the picks that I mentioned, and how much of a home run they were. And like I say, those are just the things that come off the top of my head. As far as the picks that I've made, and like I say, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of like I say, focus and perseverance and steadfastness, pretty much. And yeah, I mean, like I say, a lot of times you have to follow your own advice. I have pretty good advice, and I know I do. And a lot of times I just have to kind of follow my own advice. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times I watch my old videos. It's kind of like being in a time traveling machine, going back to the past. And a lot of times you forget what you said. This is one of the things about YouTube that I like. It's kind of like a video diary, because, like I said, a lot of times you forget what you said, what you were thinking, and you could just watch an old video of yourself, and then you'll be like, "Damn, okay." So yeah, I did kind of somewhat forget about that, and then kind of move on from there. So yeah, that being said, another thing about subprime women, right? Because let's just face it, a lot of us, we still deal with subprime women. And the thing about it is, when I talked about the five different types of women in submission, and whether it be subprime or prime, if one of the things I'll say, if you're gonna deal with the subprime women, if you just throwing caution to the wind or whatever, at least pick a woman that is trying to improve. Like, meaning she knows she's fucked up. She knows she does some fucked up stuff. She's trying to, do better. You know, at least do that. Because if you do that, at least she's showing some self-improvement. And be cautious. A lot of times, really, to be honest, you know, you got to look at it like this. The only thing you really can offer her is some dick and encouragement. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. A lot of times, subprime women, only thing you can offer them is some dick and encouragement. Like, yeah, just keep going. I mean, if you want some more dick and some more encouragement, just call me. Call me next week or whatever. Call me next month. I'm gonna be honest with you. Dick and encouragement will make a woman do some amazing things. She'll climb to new heights. She'll look back and be like, "Damn, that dick and encouragement really helped me." Shout out to Willie Brown. Willie Brown gave a lot of dick and encouragement. Okay. Shout out to Willie. Uh, and the thing about it is, if you go beyond the dick and encouragement, and you start really getting excited, and you release your semen, right? Your semen warriors, and you fool around and get this woman pregnant that you know is a subprime woman. She's not improving, or she's a work in progress, and she's not really there yet. It you know, it's on you. You couldn't control yourself. A lot of times women like that, um they might look really really good, and they have some good box, and then next thing you know, you can't control yourself, because they might be subprime as far as themselves, but they have some very prime, vagina. Next thing you know, you got a baby by somebody that you didn't really want to have a baby by. So uh error at extreme caution. That's all I could say. So yeah, a lot of people can't control themselves as well. You tell, like, you if you giving people advice as far as, you know they gotta um have sex with this woman, or they should be having sex with this woman, or whatever, and they should be they should be on some old, you know spinning the top, or whatever the hell, and pump and dump, or whatever the case may be. And then you get some dude that he ain't got no D control, and next thing you know,
I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
I mean, pretty much, get too excited, and next thing you know, man, I mean, he ain't paying child support, get taken to the cleaners, and pretty much, 10 years later, he dancing in somebody's garage. Like that basketball, turn to a thug. My little nigga, he on the run. Holding down just to make it boom. Back in middle school, I used to play the drum. Now in high school, 50 rounds in the drum. All my routines out the door, first round. Definitely happens a lot. All you got to do is go on soft white underbelly, or any other channel that there's people that actually go and interview homeless people. They'll tell you they had a regular life. And you know pretty much something happened, and they had to their regular life was just trampled over. So just a warning, to basically, that's basically all I'm saying on that. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live their life.
Message.
It's only something I've gotten caught up. Even though I wanted to have children, I ain't gonna say I all the way got caught up. I was 35 years old. I already wanted to have children. So that was my children were something that I already wanted. I know that might be different than other people, whatever, other men, but I already wanted my children. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, man, um, I'm going to be leaving you with these kind outros.
I'm better than all of you, and I'm not tolerating anything broke this year. I'm not tolerating broke people, broke thoughts, broke responsibilities, or anything broke.
Broke people care more about the money. If you've been broke your whole life, it's like being underwater. As soon as somebody's gonna give you some oxygen, you're taking it. But I'm not excusing it. I wasn't broke my whole life.
Right.
I was never broke. My version of broke is completely different than most. Like I said, people that are broke will do anything to not be broke. They justify not being honorable to do it. It's just don't look the other way. Money is not real. It's not backed by gold. And as you see, they're creating currencies daily. So don't do anything for money. Do things for love. And then you'll be protected and you'll know what real wealth is. Why not do it yourself? If you get 100 people in the room, you get 100,000.
Right.
It's just a little harder work. It's the advance money. If you've been broke your whole life and someone's going to give you something that's going to make you like all of a sudden be in another social circle,
Yes.
then you're going to do it when you're young. You've been broke your whole life and somebody's going to make you rich like that, or at least what you perceive as rich, you're taking it. So, people know how to trigger people. It's a program.
If you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't know where to shop. You can get money and then go save the world. You can get money and save the forests in Brazil. You make money and go save global warming. But without money, you can't save a fucking thing. Don't you understand? Don't the fucking idiots on YouTube understand that? Until you make some shekels, until you make some fucking coin, you can't help anybody. Because if love got the job done, you wouldn't all be fucked up.
Fuck it. They coming here.
I'm your brother, you my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Let's walk this way.
Is that Prince for King? Come here, Prince. What's today's mathematics?
Hey, yo, no disrespect, but we ain't in all of that, son. Build, destroy. To build is to elevate the mentalities of self and those around self. To add positive energy to every nation. To build, you must first start from the root, which is the knowledge foundation, and add on to the highest peak. To destroy is to eliminate and destroy any and all negativity that enters my cipher of supreme harmony.
Peace, God.
Peace, God.
Come check out owlsherbs.com, where we have all of your herbal needs and different variety of products, from sea moss to black seed oil, and a different variety of products for different health issues, because your health is your wealth.